Previously on Ready to Die.
Now catching feelings, baby.
What is up, my beautiful people? It's your girl Zinia back again with another video, and as you can see by the title, your girl's gonna be installing a wig on her sister. So as hair being one of my very first passions in life, I wanted to show you something that I've been working on for about a year: installing wigs. So the supplies that you'll need is a bleaching developer, got to be spray, a blow dryer, heat protectant, wig caps, mixing bowl, makeup that matches your skin, makeup brushes, glue, scissors, clips, wooden sticks, elastic bands, a brush, and let's get started. So I'm gonna start by spraying, got to be spray all over the cap so that the bleach does not bleach into the hair and only stays on the cap. Then I'm gonna go in with my blow dryer and blow dry the cap until it is sticky. Let me just say a disclaimer real quick. Your girl is not a professional. I do not claim to be. I am simply just learning. And this is actually very beginner friendly. So this is where beginner friendly comes into play. So your girl ended up mixing way too much developer in the bleach. I did not, it was too runny, and you're gonna see in the next clip that is way too runny for the hair. Yeah, I messed up on that, but your girl fixed it in the end. I promise you. You'll see in the video. So in this clip, I show you guys like how the bleach should be on the lace, and that is correct. However, like I said, it was too runny, so it got on the hair, and as you can see, it bleached the knots way too much. So I go in and I wash out the bleached hair, and I use some random shampoo and conditioner. So that was another mistake, and I ended up fixing it towards the end. Okay, so we are back in the room with a soaking wet wig. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give the wig a middle part, although you can see that looks like a complete side part. That does not even look like a middle part, but whatever. So I end up giving the wig a quote-unquote middle part, and I brush out the hair, and then I start blow drying the hair. I'm gonna throw some heat protectant all over the hair, and I'm not gonna lie, I speeded up the blow drying process because I hope everybody knows how to blow dry hair, whether it's a wig or whether it's your real hair. Okay, so this is what the hair looks like all blow dried out. Now I'm gonna go in and use my hot comb, and we're gonna flatten out the top of my hair. Oh, not my hair. I'm gonna flatten out the top of the wig so that I can go in and start plucking. And I think you might hear my refrigerator, so let's try to ignore that. Now it is time to start plucking the hair, so I'm going to split the hair down the middle and separate those two sections into two separate sections for a total of 4 separate sections. Then I'm going to go in with each section and pluck out the hair. So I'm going to start from the back and start plucking from the back until I make my way to the top so that the hairline looks more natural. I know that it looks like I'm plucking very fast, but I ended up speeding up this process of the video so that this video isn't an hour long. But I ended up spending about a good hour to an hour and a half on plucking the hair. Now that I've gotten to the top of the wig, you can see that the hairline looks way more natural. However, you can also see that the knots are bleached, in which I go in and fix that later on in the video. So I wanted to see how natural the hairline would look, so I went in with some mousse and I put the mousse all over that portion of the hair, and then I go in with the hot comb so that I can flatten out. And as you can see, the hairline looks way more natural than the other side, but again, I digress. I over bleached the knots, so I have to go back in to, you know, unbleach the knots. This is just a clip of me showing you what one side of the hairline looks like versus what unplucked looks like. Plucked, unplucked, yeah. Okay, so for the sake of time, I plucked everything on the other side off camera so that this video would not be an hour and a half long. After plucking all of that hair out, I realized that I kind of messed up and I kind of over plucked the hairline entirely way too much. Not necessarily the hairline, I actually plucked the middle of the hair, like the middle part, way too much, and you'll see that in a future clip. That is how much hair I actually plucked out. That's a lot, right? Okay, so that is fine, but you're gonna see that I overplucked the middle part, but your girl ended up fixing it in the end. So the next day I got up and realized I did not like the wig, so I went back to the store to get some hair dye in the color Jet Black, which I'm using the brand Dark and Lovely, and then I went to the store to get some purple shampoo so that I could re-bleach the knots and make the hair look essentially natural. So basically, I followed the instructions on a box to mix the dye, and then I ended up doing the watercolor method because I didn't really feel like waiting around for that long. So you're going to see that in future clips. I just know somebody in my comments is going to be wondering why I poured hot water near all them cords. Listen, I guess that day I just wanted to live life on the edge. So I'm going to pour the entire bottle of hair dye in the bucket and I'm going to mix it until it turns like this blackish brownish color. Now I'm going to dip the entire wig in the water. At first, I was going to try not to get the lace wet. However, I was like, I'm going to re-bleach the knots anyway, so I guess it really doesn't matter. Okay, so I let the wig sit in the water for about 20 minutes, and then I washed and blow dried it off screen. Now it is time to re-bleach the knots. Your girl finally got the little technique or whatever. So I realized that the bleach has to be very pasty for it not to seep through the hair. So I used more bleach than I used more developer to make like that sticky kind of toothpaste, kind of sticky, you know, texture. After distributing the bleach on the lace, that is what it should look like, and I let it sit for about 20 minutes. However, I did monitor it very closely. Before I let it sit, I did go through and pull out the little hairs so that there was no bleach on them. I did wash and blow dry it off screen for the sake of time, so that is what it looks like blow dried, and it looks a whole lot better than when I first started. Now I'm going to go in and flatten out the top of the hair. So I'm going to go in with this mousse and I'm going to distribute that all through the top of the hair. And then I'm going to go in with the the hot comb and press out the top of the hair. Y'all, I'm not sure what was going on with the camera, but I realized that this portion of the video is a tad bit blurry. So I do apologize for that. This is what the wig looks like officially done.
3 days later.
Y'all, it truly was 3 days later before I was officially able to start on my sister's hair. So now it is officially time to start on my sister's hair. So I'm going to take her hair out of this ponytail and we're going to start the braid down process. So my sister has very thick 4C hair. So your girl loves it sometimes, but other times it's a struggle. So I'm going to go through and braid her up her hair. I ended up doing 12 braids on each side for a total of, you know what? Let me not lie. It was probably 10 braids for a total of 20 braids in her hair, but I'm not sure. You'll see it. There's never a dull moment with my sister. We are always laughing at something. So during this portion of the video, we were watching Wild 'N Out. And if you know us, you would know that we love Wild 'N Out. We just think it's the most funniest thing. And we don't know why. Okay, so these are what her braids look like. I think your girl did pretty good on the braids. So after the braids, I'm going to go through and we're going to sew up the braids in the back of her head so that the wig lays flatter on her head. Time for the installation process. So I ended up putting the wig cap on her head and I ended up cutting out 2 holes for her ears. Now I'm going to go in with the Got to Be spray and we're going to spray that all over her hairline and use a blow dryer to blow dry it dry. Now we're gonna go in with the second layer. I think I only recorded me doing this 2 times, but I did this for a total of 3 times. Okay, so for some extra hold, I go in with the Ghost Bond glue and we're going to map out her hairline. And as you can see, I didn't do too much with that simply because I had already had the Got To Be glue spray up there. Now it's time to cut off the excess cap, so I'm going to go in and cut off the little ear tabs first. And as you can see, my sister is very much dramatic. I don't even know why she did that with her head, but anyways, I cut off the ear tab first, and then I go in and map out her hairline and try to cut out the cap so that it looks more realistic to her hairline. Okay, I lied. So to make life a whole lot easier for me, I decided to cut off the excess cap and then try to cut around her hairline. So I started out using a razor, but then that was not working for me. So I went back in with the same scissors I had previously and just cut everything off. Again, for some extra security, I go in with the Ghost Bond glue and I put that all over her head, and then I blow dry it until it's dry, and I think I did about 2 layers. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my cloth and some alcohol, and I'm going to go in and wipe off the excess glue off her forehead so that she doesn't break out. Okay, now it's time to go in with some makeup to match your skin tone, but listen to me. I've learned that you need to go in with a darker shade so that it actually matches your skin tone because of all the glue that you're using. If you notice that I used a white glue and then you mix in brown, it's gonna automatically make the shade a lot lighter. And at that time, I didn't notice that until I looked back at these clips and realized that the color is her skin color, yes, but I used white glue. So it essentially made the color lighter. So go in with a darker shade of makeup and put that all over the cap so that it matches her skin at the end. You can also see the difference on the cap. You could see that in the back it is darker and then towards the front it is lighter. But I also put makeup on the cap. I'm sorry, on the lace. Alright, so I'm going to go in with the Ghost Bond glue and we're going to put dots all over her hairline. These dots I actually made a lot bigger than the first round of dots that I decided to do on her head so that the glue is laying on her forehead as well as on the cap. I go in with the popsicle stick and spread that all over her hairline. I'm not sure how many times I recorded this, but I put 3 layers on her head. Now I'm going to go in with the blow dryer and blow dry it until it is clear. Now I'm going to put the lace in the glue. At first, I tried to put all portions of the lace in the glue, but then I realized that that didn't work. So in a future clip, you're going to see that I ended up cutting the lace into 4 separate sections and just going through with each section.
I just bought a pistol, it got 30 rounds. Pull up at your mama house and put some rounds in it. Wet a nigga block and watch them niggas drown in it. 100 round drum, got a nigga down with it. I'm on that slaughter gang shit, murder gang shit, slaughter gang shit, murder gang shit. I'm on that slaughter gang shit, murder gang shit, slaughter gang shit, murder gang shit. I'm on that slaughter gang shit. Take a nigga bitch.
So see, you can see that I cut the lace into 4 sections because it made life for me a whole lot easier. Now I'm going to go through and press the lace in the glue as hard as I possibly can. I'm going to use the comb to make it lay down. You said that you was trapping, but I heard that's a lie. Baking soda, cold water, cut the stove on, scrape the sides. Keep skinny bitch, cause I like her fat. So to make sure that the wig is secure, I'm going to go in with the elastic band and lay that in the area where the glue was to make sure that the hair again is secure. And Miss Girl's wig don't be flying off. Alright, so after about 20 minutes, I'm going to go through and cut off the little tabbies around her ear or the excess lace around her ear. And then I'm going to go in and cut off the lace. Just like the wig cap, I go in and I use the scissors to cut off the excess lace. And then I go in with either the scissors or the razor to cut off the lace near her hairline. Okay, so for all the lace that didn't lay down the first time, I'm going to go in with the gold bond. No, the gold hold, whatever it is. I'm going to go in with the wig glue and put that all over the parts of the wig or the lace that didn't lay down. And we're going to use that to lay down the hair. So to melt the lace into the skin, we're gonna go in with the ghost. No, where we going in? We're gonna go in with the Got2b spray. We're gonna go in with the Got2b spray so that the hair melts into the skin. And as you can see, that lace is really melted into the skin. Alright, so now it is time for the baby hairs, and I know that her lace is looking a little bit lighter than her skin, which is why I gave you that tip a couple of clips ago about how you need to get a darker foundation to match her skin. But anyways, the baby hairs are going to cover it all up. So I put the band on her edges for more security, and now I'm going in with the flat iron to curl her hair because she wanted curls. Okay, so I cut the baby hairs, and there's no real right way to cutting the baby hairs. You just, snip. So I ended up doing one side off camera. So now I'm going to go in with the flat iron and flip the baby hairs up so that they lay better on her forehead. I'm going to go in with the mousse that is sitting on my hand, and we're going to lay that all over the baby hairs. And we're going to do some little swoopty swoops until they look nice. Alright, so this is the finished result, and I know this wig is not looking like Erica J's wigs, but you know what? your girl did her thing. I really did my thing, and I'm proud of myself. And like I said, this is very beginner friendly, so if you don't know how to put on a wig, look at this video and I'll show you how to put on the wig, you know. I'm sorry, y'all, I didn't get any 360s. By this time, she was tired, I was tired, and I had to get up and go to work the very next day. But you can go to TikTok to see all of that. Like I said, this video is very beginner friendly, so through time I will get better. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know if you have any questions, concerns, or comments. Let me know down in the comment sections down below. And until next time, I will see you guys in my next video.
Now I'm catching feelings, baby.